going on, Z.E.R.T Nation? It's XP001 here. We got a gear review for you today. It's a big debate out there, single point slings versus double point slings. We're going to start off today with the double point sling, or 2-point sling. 2-point sling is the oldest sling out on the market. It's been around since the dawn of the rifle. Basically, it is utilized and was designed for is basically one, carrying the rifle when it's raining, muzzle down, or you have the original Rhodesian carry, muzzle up. The other point is what we call a hasty sling or a support aid. Hasty sling is when you're firing, you take your hand, your support hand, wrap it, bring it in. Crank your elbow down, it brings tension into your shoulder, which allows a stable shooting platform, and most importantly, you have maximum dexterity in your trigger finger. All right, now we're going to talk about methods of carry with the 2-point sling. Standard sling is strap over your shoulder and around your neck. Your support hand goes through the sling. It's very comfortable, regardless if you are a military, law enforcement, citizen, or hunter. This is a very comfortable means of patrolling when you're hunting or just hanging out on the range. But when you start getting into shooting, moving, tactics, and getting more dynamic on the range, sometimes a 2-point sling can interfere. The great thing about some of the 2-point slings like VTAC, this one right here is just a gray ghost gear sling. They're adjustable. So basically they have these little straps. So one thing about the sling that I'll add is it takes a lot. You can't just throw a sling on a gun and think it's going to work. Everyone's built different. Your guns are different sizes. You have different mounts. It takes a lot of time. Work with it. Dry fire with your sling. Do reloads, snapping in drills, because that's really gonna get it dialed in, especially before you go to the range, before you go to class, and then next thing you know, when you add all this kit, is it getting caught up? Is it adjusted for just slick, or when you put your plate carrier on? One technique that I'm a big advocate of is a technique that I learned from Benny Cooley. 3-gun, former DOE guy, big fan of Benny. Basically, it's just running a 2-point sling around your neck. It gives you more versatility if you're shooting a match, hunting, if you want to go strong side, support side. But in the event, if you're shooting, let's say you had to do a transition, all you have to do is take your support hand, throw it in here, and now it's still not bouncing around, coming around your neck. Now, for you military guys, law enforcement, and even say hunters, say you have around your neck here, you take your shot, you got to climb a ladder, climb a fence, get hands-on with a suspect. All you have to do is take your strong hand, roll it through, turn, cinch, now your hand frees, the handcuff, grab the animal, climb fences, do backflips, whatever you want to do. So that's one point. What you have to do is bring the gun back around, strong hand out, now you're ready to go. Now it's around my neck. If I need to, I can wrap it in and immediately get a hasty sling. All right, so this just a few techniques, guys, with the 2-point sling. This is my good old rifle. I've had this thing probably for about 7 years now. 3 barrels, 4 bolts later, it's still hanging in there tough. I have QD, which stands for quick detach mounts, that I have here. In a simple sling. I'm a big advocate of having some elastic or bungee to kind of give way, flex, so it's not just, it just gives you a little bit more flexibility in the sling. So that's what we're going to wrap it up on the 2-point sling. I'd like to add one more note regarding the 2-point sling. This here is a padded VTAC sling that I've had for years. Obviously I've used duct tape to cinch it down to adjust it to fit me with and without gear. What a couple guys did on the straps that allow you to release the sling, here a lot of times guys are fighting it. I wrap mine with a bunch of duct tape so it's easy to grab, easier to find. Some of the other guys actually undid the knot and threw a little bead, a thick bead in there, so it's easier to grab if it's raining, wet, or just an index point to be able to grab it and get some tension on it quick. So that was just a little tip there, guys. Big fan of the VTAC. I was just converted to another 2-point sling that did have some bungee. I'm pretty sure Kyle has made some stuff with bungee since then. I just got to get a hold of it. All right, now we're going to talk about the single point sling. Looking back at the history, did a little bit of research, made a couple phone calls, but it comes down to, the rumor is Denny Chalker developed the single point sling during the MP5 era, and of course, you know, close quarters combat, close proximity shooting. The elastic allows them to muzzle strike, magazine strike, and have a lot of versatility inside the room, which hence when they're fast roping, doing VBSS, and a bunch of other operations, that's why you see a lot of the guys that develop of the belt hook. So a lot of those guys, obviously, you can see here, the bungee sling completely comfortable, but the gun's flopping around, you can't really secure it. So a lot of those guys have those belt hooks, so all they do is clip it in, and it's locked in, and their hands free. All right, I don't got one with me. So the single point sling is very comfortable, very versatile. So if you had to shoot strong side, support side, do emergency reloads, tactical reloads, you don't have a sling running to the front of the rifle interfering with you know, your workspace. So that's a positive note, but the key thing is see what works for you. There's a lot of different slings out there. Tactical assault gear, Shellback, those guys make a great single point bungee sling. Very robust, very heavy. That's pretty much it. So hope this is some good information for you. And we'll talk to you soon, Z.E.R.T Nation. XP001 out.